guys, welcome back to my channel. And if you didn't already notice by the title of this video or by where I'm standing, this is another cooking video. So if you are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Karma Dexter. I do mommy lifestyle and I love to cook, so I do some cooking videos. Now today's video is a little bit different. Usually I show you how to make stuff that I already know how to make, but today I'm actually going to be testing out a recipe that I found over the internet from a YouTube channel called Jauja, Cocina, Mexicana. And so basically we're going to be making Taquitos Ahogados, which is taquitos. She made them out of beef, but I'm going to do chicken in like a salsa verde with tomatillos. I'm pretty excited about this, and without further ado guys, let's get into it because I'm hungry and it's just going to take a little bit. For our salsa verde, we're going to need some tomatillos, 2 bay leaves, some red onion, 1 serrano pepper, a little bunch of cilantro, and a poblano pepper. As for the taquitos, we're going to need some chicken. I'm using 2 breasts, some onions, and tortillas. To season it up, I'm going to use oregano, garlic powder, garlic salt, and consomme. I have a couple of pans here. So I'm going to boil the chicken in this one, and I'm going to use this dry one to roast my chili. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and fill this with water, and I'm going to start toasting this chili. So it's already dry, I already cleaned it, so I'm just going to leave it there. So now, before I throw the chicken in there, I'm going to season the water, and I'm also going to put a little piece of onion just to give the chicken some more flavor. So let's go ahead and do that. So for the water, I'm just going to season this with garlic salt. So let's throw that in there. Just put a lot. Just put a lot. Okay. I'm also going to season chili water, or not the chili, but well, yeah, the chili water. Okay. Also, I just want to make a note that after you take out the chicken, we're going to be saving the water from the chicken because we're going to use that for the salsa that we're going to make. Okay. Here I'm just chopping up some onions because we're going to grill these up and throw them in the salsa. Okay, so let's go ahead and check on the chili. Okay, so it's starting to kind of get a tiny bit of color, but... Okay, so I added the chicken to the water, but I'm going to lower the heat a little bit. Now this chili's kind of taking forever, so let's go ahead and check it. It's pretty good. Ow, shit! Burned my finger. Throw that in there. And apparently you got to throw the chili first because it takes longer to cook. So I'm just going to throw in the tomatillos. Okay, those are done. So now I'm gonna strain this stuff. I don't need that water because I'm gonna use the water from the other stuff. Okay, so now that that chili is done, I'm just gonna go ahead and put it inside of a plastic bag and just let it sweat. I'm gonna start getting my salsa ready in this cup here. Okay guys, so the chicken's already ready. I already took it out. So here is my chicken. Okay, so then I'm going to take some of the chicken juice, put it in to this cup here. Okay, so I'm just going to grill up these onions. The pan's already hot. Apparently all we're doing is softening them up. So our best friend to soften up onions is salt because it draws out the moisture. Just gonna go ahead and add these to that. Looks good. So we're just gonna go ahead and get all the skin off. Rachel Ray does this with a knife. So we're gonna do that. Okay. Now this part. Okay, and we're actually gonna cut this piece off because we're not gonna use that. We're gonna cut this open. Take all the seeds out because we're just gonna use the skin. So this is gonna go in here, but I'm just gonna cut these into smaller pieces because the blender is pretty small. Okay, so we're gonna put that in there. Now I'm gonna take some of my cilantro. I'm not even gonna chop that because the blender is gonna do that for me. Ouch, that water is hot. Okay, throw that in there. Okay, so now I'm gonna blend this, and I have some oil going in here because apparently we gotta toast up our bay leaves before we put the salsa in. Now I'm gonna throw 2 bay leaves in there. Now this recipe doesn't call for bay leaves. It calls for like some other type of herb, but I don't have that herb and I couldn't find it, so I'm just gonna use bay leaves. Okay, so these bay leaves are pretty good. So then I'm gonna go ahead and add the salsa. This smells really good. Okay, so these got really toasted. They look so good. Okay. What are you doing? Now I'm gonna put some garlic powder, a little bit of consomme because this doesn't have any salt yet. Let this cook down. And I have my chicken broth on reserve because I may need it after. Okay, I'm gonna put a little bit of garlic salt. Now I'm gonna start assembling, so I put just a little bit of chicken into the tortilla and started rolling. So I actually warmed these up in a wet paper towel, and I am keeping them in the wet paper towel until I am ready to use them. Okay, so this is my little setup here. So I've got my oil going, and I'm doing this in a tiny little pan because I can do at least 2 or 3 at a time, and I don't need to use that much oil because the pan's really small. If the pan was bigger, you would have to use more oil. And then I have this foil, or like a cookie sheet with foil. The video didn't call for this, but I saw this once, where you could put your taquitos in the oven so they could keep warm, and this is supposed to create air that goes underneath so that it can keep the taquito crispy all around. Okay, so I'm gonna plate these up just like she did in the video. So you put some salsa on the bowl, or in the bowl. Okay. Then you take your taquitos and you get a spoon, and then you smear it onto your taquitos. Then put a little bit more salsita on them. And then you get your queso fresco, or whatever kind of cheese, but I'm going to use queso fresco. And you just put that over. And there you have it. I think these look so good, and I think they're going to be even better. That looks so good.
It is.
How was it?
Mm.